What's up, YouTube community? Coming at you guys with a quick video. Doing a quick VOD review on doing a bit of a series of VOD reviews where we kind of break down what it takes to kind of climb out if you have a Hardstuck account. We're talking about an account with a couple hundred games, maybe 150 games this season. We're going to go ahead and call that Hardstuck if you're not in the rank you want to be. This is going to be a gold game, so if you're not plat and you got a couple hundred games, stuck in gold or whatever, stuck in silver, whatever. This video is for you guys to kind of give you an idea of what you should be doing to kind of carry losing games, because there's something that a lot of people maybe not realize, is that if you play several hundred games, you're going to be playing with other teammates who have several hundred games this season. So basically, you guys in silver with a couple hundred games, look up your teammates. Tell me if I'm wrong. 99% of the time, it's going to be people with a bunch of games under their belt for this season. So we're going to that's basically Hardstuck. They're not getting a lot of gains. They're not getting a lot of losses. The system's basically saying, we believe we have, we're pretty confident that you are here. So we're not going to move you too much. We're not going to give you drastic changes. I believe there used to be a win streak mechanic as far as raising more if you happen to be on a win streak, but I don't believe that exists anymore from my experience. But let's go ahead and get right into it. We're just going to be farming up a little bit. With the Xerath matchup, keep in mind he has a nice straight line stun that he can use. If you were trying to brain dead beat him, he can actually fight pretty good against most Irelias. So you want to be kind of working your way to these sides here and queuing the minions to create basically not standing in line with the minions, so that he can't hit you with the Qs on X, so he can't splash you. Hold on, guys, let me grab some water real quick. Alright, boys. Let's get back into it. The reason Irelia's is such a great pick for climbing out is because she can turbo farm. She doesn't have to worry about her team too much. We're taking the teleport here so we can always fall into a side lane and get maximum CS possible. We are going to be going with the Gore Drinker Starax build today, and we're just going to kind of show you guys what it takes. Right here, we thought we could kill him with the W. We forgot he had barrier. Always need to be mindful of what summoners they have. So right there, I forgot he had the barrier. Had the flash for it. Kind of a misplay, but not bad overall. Getting the first blood is huge. Especially on Aurelia, someone who can just take over a game if she wants to in the right hands. So right here, we're pretty we're just trying to get this cannon before we recall. It's always better to recall on a non-cannon wave. Basically, it's always better to recall right after you take a wave as well. So ideally, we're going to take the wave and we're going to try to get the hell out of there, especially since he comes back and hits us with some damage. So we didn't really care about dodging it that much there because we know we're going to reset. So when you know you're going to reset, you can either go for a trade. It just make sure you don't die. But yes, you can leverage if you happen to have a lot of HP and you have some mana, or you have a lot of mana left, and before you recall, and they just came back to lane like right there. Go for a trade. Just don't die. Get them kind of low. Just don't die. If they're going to use mana, they're going to use some of their health. And and when you come back, they're going to be just that much easier to kill. So we have Echo coming in here for a gank. We are going to jump in. We hit the Iron Spike Whip on him, and we hit our charge W, which is going to be huge damage. And Echo's going to come out with the kill and get away. We're going to get a nice assist there. So Jarvan walks up. He's level 4. We're level 6. We're just going to, we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to play stupid. He EQs in. We're going to hit him with the Iron Spike auto, I believe that was. But we're just kind of baiting him into a fight because we know we can outplay. That's another thing we need to be mindful of. You guys can't always just sit around and wait for your team to carry. Your team's not going to carry. Should have thrown in another auto before that. Q right there. Kind of canceled an auto, basically. You could see that I was near another auto, and then I just Q'd, which I was basically losing an auto attack there, basically canceling an auto attack. Could have killed him there. Probably could have even Iron Spiked him if I would have stutter stepped better, stayed on him a little bit better. Right after the last auto, could have Iron Spiked him. Multiple ways I could have killed him there. Kind of a misplay there, but you could see Echo going for a really greedy dive. He sees that Xerath is low, and he's going for a greedy dive. Your teammates are going to be doing that stuff. That's going to be expected. You can't sit there and flip out about it. I didn't type anything to the Echo here. If anything, if you want to type anything, just say, I'm gonna win. I can win. Just say something like that. Something that's positive. Lets them know, hey, I'm winning my lane here because I'm a better player. Just wait it out, guys. Let me do the things that I can do. So right now we're already with a 200 gold bounty, 2-0 and 1. Huge gold leads. And let's actually go back here and look at this. I want to show you guys kind of what I'm doing here to set up my stun, and this is what you want to be doing with Irelia. When you see a minion, you get a minion low. That's kind of setting up a minion right there. Setting up a minion is when you just hit it on the hit one on the back line, get it low enough for Q, back off, and maybe they'll just forget that one's there. But you could see how I set up the stun there. Let's go back and slow it down actually. So I set up the minion. I could see him walking up, getting in that stun range. I Q to the minion, and while you're in your dash animation, you can actually drop your stun, your E1. So that's what I do. In the middle of the dash, I drop my E1 on the minion that I'm Qing. So what that essentially does is they're hearing the Q sound effect, right? But they're not really hearing my E sound effect, so they're not really expecting it. They just see me queuing a minion. Normal stuff, right? Just not really a farming. No, it's me getting up close, personal, so that I can guarantee my stun, and I'm actually hiding my stun sound effect, and I'm hiding the animation under basically the visual of my Q and the minion. So a lot of people know about this, some people don't. If you don't, you're going to be getting stunned all day. And if you play Irelia, you really should know about it because this is how you set it. This is how you need to be setting up your stun most of the time in the lane phase. So you can see that we do that. We are staying on him. Each time he moves, after we auto, we need to be moving again. And oh, right there I Q instead. But to stay on people, this is what I talk about when we say stutter step. Each time you auto, cancel the back end animation of the auto by moving instantly, staying on them, moving with them, and you're going to be getting more autos in there. You're going to be getting more kills as well. So right there you can see that we got him low. Some people would dive that. I don't think I really had anything left to dive with, any Qs or any. My flash is not up as well, so we're just going to back off there. We're not going to walk under tower. That's what he wants us to do. His stun's going to come back up. It's going to come off cooldown. He's going to stun you. He's going to kill you just like he killed that Echo under tower. Don't fall for it. You've got him low. Just use the advantage. He either has to recall here, or he stays and risks death, right? He decides to stay and risk death. So let's go ahead and go full speed here. We're also going to be looking at our teammates here. Kind of watching, what's going on with our team. A lot of you guys probably especially you silver guys with a lot of games, your team's gonna be feeding. I'm just gonna be real with you. Your team's gonna be feeding. You're not gonna be getting even teams as far as a winning team 50% of the time, losing team 50%. That's just not how it works. To climb this ladder, you actually need to be hard carry. And, you know, you can think of that as, oh, well, I already hard carry. No, you need to be playing the right champs. You need to be doing all the little steps, okay? You can't, this Zerath plays a good game. But you're going to see by the end of it, he actually loses. And most of that is probably because the champ he's on. It's not a hyper carry. Even if you're Faker, and on Zerath in gold, you might not win every game because it's Zerath. You can only do so much before you just get jumped on. You're not going to 1v9 with Zerath. You might 1v9 with Irelia. So that's why we pick champs like Irelia. If you're in the jungle, some champs I might recommend: Master Yi, Xin Zhao, Jarvan is obviously really strong right now, but mostly Xin Zhao. He's more solo carry oriented, I'd say. But definitely Master Yi and champs like Kindred, someone who can put down a lot of DPS and possibly, Kindred because she can invade the other jungle, set them behind at level 3. Yi because he's just, he's a noob basher. So, as far as mid, picks like Irelia, picks like Kindred, picks like, Silas possibly. If you're doing it right, you can set the other team mid laner behind pretty good. So right here we have teams just basically dying. Jarvan's just camping bot and they don't really respect it. So nothing really I can do about that in that case. But right here we see Echo wants to hover that bush. We know they're both there. I basically start pinging him back and I get out of there. It's not a situation we have to take. And you can see what would have happened is we would have been converged by the bot lane eventually if we didn't kill them within a certain amount of time. So we would have died there had we stayed. Things you need to think about. If you're better than your ELO, you don't need to do anything crazy early game to win. Think about it for a second. You don't need to take a 2v2 early game because you're going to outfarm, right? You're going to outplay in team fights. You can probably outplay in the 2v2, but you can outmacro. All these other things that contribute to you being ahead. So right here, we're gonna telly back. We're gonna stop him from getting that. He actually tries to Q it, doesn't have the right timing, so we do stop him from getting that one, and we are back in lane. Didn't miss any creep. So a lot of time you're gonna be using your telly to get back to your own lane. Don't get overzealous with the telly ganks. That's what I will warn you about. A lot of times it's safer to just gank organically like what I'm doing right here, because you can get a better gauge as you're on your way of who you're going to go on, what the situation is. You can just turn back if you want to. I could have just turned back and went back to mid if it wasn't a good idea. Wouldn't have lost that much time. But if you telly, you're committed to that. So a lot of times you're going to be using your telly for personal gain, trying to get back to the lane at certain times to either break a freeze or get yourself all the minions or whatever. So let's actually break this team fight down a little bit for you guys. Since you are going to be playing Aurelia, you might need to know a little bit how to fight in situations. So four of their teammates are right here. I just got hooked. Not good, right? Not so good at all. But we're going to back off as soon as, we've got the Unflinching rune, we've got the Legend Tenacity rune, and we've got several of that stacks of the Legend Tenacity. So we're going to get unhooked very soon. Like I did, the hook didn't last that long. Walked off. Nautilus ate most of the damage. He's gonna get back with almost no health, and they're gonna overextend trying to finish him. That is when I turned. You can see all up until that point I was backing off. Once I see that, basically when I see them walking up, like they were trying to go after the Nautilus. But when I saw them walking up, that's when I noticed that they're in a disadvantaged position here that I can capitalize on. That's when you go in. Don't go in too early. Don't be the one who has to soak damage. Don't be the first one to die in a team fight. That's not going to carry you to the game. Your teammates aren't going to clean up. They're just not. You wish they would. There's way, they probably could all the time, if they played right. But you can't sit there and expect your team to play right unless you're in plat or diamond, something's pretty high rank. So again, we're under the assumption that we're gonna have to hard carry, and that's end up what we're gonna have to do here. So already we have 8 deaths in the bot lane. Don't talk about it. Don't type about it. In fact, I'd suggest full muting all in all your games. The only thing you might unmute is the jungler's pings. That's it. Everybody else's pings are getting muted. Everybody in the game is getting muted. Why? Because people are going to be saying dumb stuff that you want to refute. They're going to say the dumbest crap. You don't even need to worry about it. You don't even need to see it. It's criminal for you to even have to read what the type of stuff that these guys are going to be saying. So just full mute all as soon as the game starts. Remember that. So basically we smurfed that fight. Let's go back to full speed. We smurfed the fight because we noticed they were overextended. We hit our stun. We hit our Qs. And we see the Ashe ult miss, which is very nice. That's a big CC that's off the board now. So I might be looking to get something going here soon. That's what you might think about. You don't have to force it. Don't have to think, yes, it's not like, oh, Ashe ult's down, we need to fight right now situation. No, it's just put it in the back of your mind. And it will stay there. You don't have to actively think about it. Just put it in the back of your mind, and your brain will react based on that knowledge, whether you think about it actively or not. That's how the brain works. You don't need to think about it actively, especially in these games. When you've been playing the game, as long as I know you guys have, you don't need to worry about it. So, let's go ahead and just look at the game state, the map state. We're falling into the top lane to get the maximum CS possible because we know Teemo has now rotated. It's not, if your top lane, like this Teemo, went 0-3, he can't even face his guy. He can't even match his guy or whatever, and he comes to your lane to steal your CS. Don't rage about it. Look, he's dead again. He went mid and died. It doesn't matter. Take his lane. This is why we have Telly. We planned to fall into the outer anyway, so he just did what we wanted him to. If we were sitting there, typing and chat and crying to these guys, give me top now. I need to fall into the outer. As true as it is, whatever you're saying may be, people don't want to hear it. They're bad. They don't know that that's even a thing, and they think that that just means you're afraid of your guy or whatever. These people aren't the smartest. Think about it. If you're in silver or gold, you're not playing with smart players. Most of the time. You know, Smurfs are here every once in a while. I don't know what happened to my stun here. Honestly, don't. It just disappeared on me. But I am going to flash here, and I am going to get the kill, and I'm going to get out. So, that was just, you know, waiting for the Q cooldown, flashing, hitting the auto gore Q, finish, queuing back to the minion. Whatever. It's basic crap. If I would have hit the stun up here, wouldn't have had to do all the diving crap, because I'm pretty sure you would have just died. But yeah, I've already talked about how you want to set up your stun in the lane. I've talked about kind of falling into the outer lanes to get maximum CS. And that's what we're doing here. We know we can beat Shin. I actually remember checking CS. Whenever you're walking back to the lane, you want to be checking the stats, checking the items, checking who's fed. Put that in the back of your mind. Who's fed? Right now, Ashe is 7-1. Their bot lane is literally dominating, right? Put that in the back of your mind, so that whenever that skirmish breaks out, you know who to focus. Because you're not going to win by killing the Shin, and then the Jarvan, or you know, and then the Xerath. Oh, I killed 3 of them myself. Doesn't matter. It won't. It won't matter. Thresh will face check you, and Ashe will face check you right after that. They'll melt your ass down instantly, and then they'll melt your whole team while your whole team just misplays their faces off, right? You've seen it. You've seen it a billion times. So don't even worry. So know who's fed. She's 8-1-5 now. This doesn't look winnable, right? 19-9. Doesn't look winnable, but look. We're actually up gold. We're actually up gold. Why? 150 CS. And that's actually bad for me. Especially when I'm tryharding like this, which obviously I am in this game. I was 0 LP gold, so you know, you kind of have to try hard, or you're going to get kicked out. So right there, losing another teammate, just misplays all around. Echo Flash is down now. Echo ult is down now. Not bad movement. Do you get the kill on her? Nautilus does. Not the greatest, but not terrible. Teemo actually does pick up a kill, and that's great. I pick up a kill. Let's go back and look at that. So, we just get to lane. This guy is actually AFK. I remember this. Like, this guy is, I don't know if he's like lagging or what. This was a freebie. Super freebie. Gore. Didn't hit the stun, which was embarrassing. A lot of the times, guys, if they're walking, this is why I messed up that stun. I should have put one here, and then one here. See, put your stun where in the path that they're moving. So it'll be easier. They don't, you know, if you put it sideways, they could step back, or you might just sideways is good. Sideways is good if you time the sideways can be good if you're really good at not missing where they are as far as front to back. But a lot of times you want to put your stun, you know, back here, engage on somebody here, and then put the stun past them, right? Straight line down the lane. That's kind of how you want to put your stun a lot of the time. There's situations where you actually do put the stun sideways. I'll talk about that later, once we get to it. Once we see a situation where I put the stun sideways, that was a situation maybe where you want to do a sideways stun, but I just didn't hit it there. So we're actually getting grouped for this. This is the first time I think we're actually like intentionally grouping for a fight. Reason is because we know Shin came here, and we know Drag's there, and it works with our back timing. So let's go. Actually, you can see we're already smurfing this fight. But let's go back and break it down, though. Slow it down, break it down. So we have Nautilus, great hook onto the Ashe, actually. Amazing to set this up. That's going to put her out of position. She drops her stun in panic mode, or her ultimate, which is very bad because she only lands it on the Nautilus. She gets a little splash damage on the team mode. That's it. Can we go back like a little second? Okay. So, like I said, the threshold's coming in. I'm not really doing a whole lot yet, but you can see that I've hit my stun on multiple people. I'm going to jump onto the Ashe first. I get her shield down. I drop the ult. I'm going to get back onto her. I really only care about finishing her here, which I do. Here I should have just basically spammed Q to get some health back, because these are about to these marks are about to go away. You can see that mark actually went away there, and I believe I did get the Q before the mark went off on Thresh. But if your marks are about to go away, like that situation like that, just Q around and get your health. Anyways, you can see here we do go down, but we are. She will pick up the Thresh. We don't win the fight, but you know these guys are kind of Pepega, right? Like Echo isn't even in the fight. I'm pretty sure he just got melted and did nothing in this one. So your teammates are gonna have fights like that where they just misplay extremely hard. They die without actually doing anything. So what you need to be, that's why we're playing Irelia. Because on Irelia, we have the capability of beating multiple people. She's all or nothing. You're either going to be useless and really not be able to kill anyone because you're so behind and you're 0 and 4 or something. And if you go 0 and 4 on Irelia, you're probably going to lose. But that's the nature of these hyper carry champs, that you cannot get behind. As long as you don't get behind, you should be okay for the later games. So champs like Kayle, same way. If you get behind on Kayle, you're not going to be doing anything. You're probably going to lose before you ever scale. It puts your scaling so behind that you're never going to win, right? But if you were to go even or positive on Kayle with matching their CS, you're in a very advantageous position to win that late game. Irelia is kind of the same. She's not as scaly as Kayle is, but she's actually not very scaly at all. But it's the same concept. If you're if you're behind on Irelia, you're going to be pretty useless. That's the nature of these hard carry champs. It's feast or famine, and we're looking to feast. Reason and we pick this is because we have to feast to win, right? We need to kill 3 people ourselves to win. This game is proof of it. You're going to see 28-14. If we, let's look at, can we look at gold? Actually, I don't know how to look at the gold. Pressing everything. Okay, never mind. I wish we could see our personal gold right now. I don't know really how to do it. But we are well ahead, 7-1-3, and you can see our team gold difference is still the same, 28-14, still the same gold. Amazing, right? Your team is going to be wanting to forfeit. I believe they did actually start a surrender vote at some point. Your team is going to, all they see is the scoreboard, right? They don't care that you're set 175. This guy just died 7 times. So is this guy. They don't believe you can carry. All they see, fed. You know, these guys can all one-shot me. All of them, we can't play the game, right? If they were smart, they would know about this. Team Gold's matched. And yes, it's going to be hard because they are going to put forth a very good team fight. We have a lot of guys that have proved themselves to be useless. Their itemization isn't there, so they are going to be pretty useless, right? So we are going to have to continue to carry these fights by ourselves. And that's just what you're going to have to do. If you want to climb out of if you want to, actually climb on a Hardstuck account, you're talking about winning a lot. And there's winner's queue and loser's queue. This is constant fluctuation between you will be in winner's queue and you might win 8 games in a row. And you might go down to loser's queue and lose 7 games in a row. And then you might be back in winner's queue, you might win 10 games in a row. This is how the system works. Pretty more or less. You're a winner's queue and then loser's queue. Winner's queue and then loser's queue. And it's basically saying you better win at least a few of your loser queue games to get up above that 50% win rate to climb. So you have to carry people like this. This is a loser queue game. All these guys, you could put these 4 guys against, these 4 guys, and they're going to lose every day, every time, right? Yes, they will. It's a loser's queue game. There's a huge difference. So let's go ahead and get back to full speed. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about. This way the system works, from my experience, and this whole series is about trying to get out of the Hardstuck account. But if you don't have a reason to get out of Hardstuck account, just don't play on that account till next season. Whenever the season's reset, your Hardstuckness more or less resets. You get a second chance to have a good win rate next season, and maybe you will climb really high. But for this season, if you've got a bunch of games played, you're kind of stuck there. And what you can do is just get more accounts, and if you really wanted to see if you can climb high this season, like if you really wanted to see if you can get there, you really think you're good, but you're just, your account's holding you back because you're Hardstuck and you're playing with a bunch of Hardstucks. You're getting held back. If you feel like that's you, make a new account, try it. Coin flip. You might just coin flip your way to diamond or plat. Who knows? You can get on a new account and not be Hardstuck, and you might just have a chance to get a really good win rate going up, and those games are going to skyrocket you higher and higher at a much higher rate because you're not Hardstuck on that account. So I'm talking about, getting a really high rank with a low number of games. You're going to need to play really. You're going to play really well, right? So, get a new account. Sure, why not? Try it. Play your main. Play somebody who can hyper carry. Don't play when you're tilted. If you lose a couple, don't rage queue. Don't even play too many games a day. If you start getting fatigued, just stop playing, come back the next day. What I like to do a lot of times is just put my all into one game, do a VOD review, then go play maybe a game on my Smurf account, try to level it up. And then come back the next day, win another ranked game because we're fresh. Get back, rinse and repeat. Go VOD review, do a game on the Smurf. And then go watch TV, do something else. Don't wear out your arms playing 20 games a day. I've done that. You're not going to get any higher rank by doing it either. Because eventually you're going to get tired of all these guys. You're going to get tired. You're going to get all these guys over and over and over one day, and then after losing your 7 games of loser's queue, you're going to be so tilted that you start to rage queuing, you start tilting out, and then now you're the problem. And now you're back in winner's queue, but you don't even know it because you're so tilted out of your mind from the previous loser's queue games that you go lock in something stupid and like Ivern mid or whatever, and I don't know, rock a top, Zillion jungle, something. You do something dumb because you're mad and you just want to get back at people. But you don't realize that now you just threw away your winner's queue game. You didn't win any of your loser's queue, and now you just threw away your winner's queue game as well. So you're actually deranking at a pretty good rate there, just because you raged. So with that in mind, that's why you want to limit the amount of games. Upgrade the quality, lower the quantity. Okay? Simple. So we're going to tell you back to top, using the Gore Drinker to get things low enough to queue. We're going to fast push. A lot of times with Irelia, you're going to be fast pushing as fast as you can so that you can clear the wave, get to the new position, start a fight or something with the pressure of that over with. That's what she excels with. She excels at, you know. You might even farm top, come mid, clear mid, go back top, clear it, telly into the fight. Do something like that. Just clear waves. Steal CS from everyone. Steal your jungle's camps. The Wraith, the chickens, those are yours. Blue, that's yours. Red, that's yours. I don't care. Let them troll the chat. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, don't steal their first red. Don't steal their first blue, but you know, you might take their first chickens. Who knows? You're trying to hard carry. And they're very quickly going to see that you are hard carrying, so a lot of them won't care. You know, if you're 10, 2, and 4 like I am right here, they're not going to care. So let's go back and look at this. We're just basically taking the tower, and then once we see Jarvan, we're actually zoning back the Xerath here, hoping he comes into range so that we can just jump on him. And he doesn't, so we just jump on Jarvan. We are going to have to kind of do some tricks to kill him. He's stupid for coming back. He should have just ran. He's dumb. But that's what you need to realize. These guys on the other team, they might be fed, but they're not good either. They're just slightly better than these guys. They're still hard stuck. You're in hard stuck queue. If you're hard stuck and you're queuing up, you're getting hard stuck players 99% of the time. You know, rarely, sometimes you'll get a guy who was just gold last season, just started playing, you know, late in the season, whatever. He didn't play at the beginning of the season. Now he just started playing, and he's getting hard stuck players because I don't know why. But sometimes you'll get guys that actually don't have a lot of games played. But 99% of the time, like I said, if you have a couple hundred games, you're going to be getting people with a couple hundred games. So, just do not get mad at your team. That's part of the quality over quantity thing I was talking about. You're not going to be getting mad because you have a good mentality here. This is your first game of the day. You're not going to rage on these guys. You want to win so bad that you know raging on these guys would make them probably AFK. And then you can't win. By the way, the minions just kind of run the hell away from me here. For some reason, I felt like the minions were just going super fast in this game. They were moving like Usain Bolt, just flying across the screen, and I don't know what that was. Maybe some sort of hotfix. So, right here, these guys, I pinged about 7 times for them to get back, but they still feel a need to be here. Even though Caitlyn is over here, Echo's over here, I'm back here, safe. Because I know they're over here and here. I'm safe. These guys, walk right here. This is Death Alley, guys. Best thing you can do is flash over this little lip here into this bush. If you are stuck here, that's the flash you want to make right there. And get out. Don't get stuck here though. That's Death Alley. This one can be Death Alley too. So what's going on here? I'm pretty sure this is a really big fight steaming up here. Now, I don't group a whole lot, but you want to balance it. You want to group sometimes. This one, I didn't get the Ash and the ult, kind of just have to back off. I wanted to try a 1v5. I actually would have lost that and died pretty hard. But I'm getting kind of stupid. I probably should have rotated for that Baron. I think I could have rotated there quicker. I was kind of torn because I wanted to split push the tower. You know, we already had guys dead. It was pretty much a free Baron for them. Right there, they stole the dragon. I didn't even notice that. I'm too focused on watching what's about to unfold and how I want to enter this fight. So let's slow this down. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a big one. Come on, let's get back to it. Let's get up to the fight at least. Okay. They stole it. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty slow rotating, but I got a whole wave for the slow rotate, so it's really not that bad. Whole wave is half a kill, guys, so, and it's guaranteed. But I would say you want to rotate with your team normally. But coming into this one late, like the reason I'm pretty sure I didn't rotate there is because from the looks of things, we had that dragon under lock. They really weren't in position to contest it. They just happened to get the steal, and they come in for the fight. Me and Nautilus are just plowing their backline. I killed the Ash. I killed the Thresh. So that's what you want to do. I knew that the Ash is fed. That's the one person I'm looking at. When I'm approaching the fight, I'm looking at where Ash is. Is she in sight? If she's not, I need to play back. I need to wait, or flank. I need to wait for an opportunity to get on their good player. If their good player happens to be a tank, you have to play it a little bit differently. You have to sometimes judge. Sometimes it's harder to determine who you want to focus first. There's always just different different situations. But in this situation, Ash is still the most, easy target, and then Xerath, obviously, and then maybe Jarvan. So right here, we're just kind of pushing mid. Our team, they're not going to be doing the smartest things, but whatever they're doing, it's probably pretty dumb, but they're keeping the enemy busy. The whole time that your team is doing dumb stuff, it's actually working in your favor. It might not be a net gain for your team, but it's a net gain for you because you're power farming while they're just chasing down kills that don't matter, right? They might kill Teemo, but Teemo's worth nothing. Each time someone dies consecutively, they're worthless. It's actually like a percentage that just increases, basically reduced gains. So if this guy's died 10 times in a row here to Teemo, he's not going to be worth, maybe 100, maybe even 50 gold. Nothing. So whatever chasing they're doing here, blah blah blah, that Jarvan chasing him down and then he gets out, completely worth. It might not look significant, but it is, because we're doing things that matter, while the Jarvan is not. It's just downtime for him. He's not gaining anything. We're gaining a lot. So we're sitting here, 300 CS, kind of low actually. You always really want to be around 10 CS at least. But the fact that we have 14 kills to make up for that, is pretty good. So that's going to put us at full build. We do pick up the Lord Dominics because they are running 3 tanks basically. And that's just gonna make us melt the tanks as fast as we're melting the squishies. They're gonna be squishies to us. That's not gonna make us want to focus them first. And the item isn't really gonna help us kill Ash that much faster. But we don't need a healing cut because she went Kraken. They don't really have that much healing besides Jarvan. So that's why I didn't go heal cut. Normally you would go heal cut. A lot of time you go heal cut. But you want to be watching their items. If they're not building lifesteal, there's no point, right? So we hit a 6 stun, and we kill the Ashe, and we get a nice gore, but we don't get a good W. Our W we actually cancel, and that's what makes us like really have to get out of there. So we do end up coming back kind of. This is like sloppy from our team, like really sloppy, but just keep yourself alive. Preserve your HP. If you preserve your HP bar, then you still have a chance to win the fight. Because you're the one who's strong. And all they're doing is dropping the HP bars of the people who don't matter. Right? What are they doing by dropping those HP bars? They're using abilities. They're using time. They're, mostly they're using abilities. And those abilities are going to go on cooldown, and that's when you come in and you capitalize on their weakness. All those kills that they have aren't going to matter if they have no abilities, right? I wanted to go back in there, but I didn't really realize that these 2 guys were going to respawn and be there at that point. I should have had better awareness of the timers and known that I didn't really have time to kill Ashe unless I got instantly. Like I should have gone instantly on her, like quicker, and I should have been able to take her out right there. Because our damage is just too high. We're at like 480 basically. Because we have the red consumable. So again, just look at what's happened here basically. 3 and 10, 3 and 11, 4 and 10, 2 and 11. Not normally a winnable game, right? But we farmed the outer. We fell into the outer. We got the extra farm. We matched a Shin who had 60 CS when we had 150. So he didn't stand a chance. We got extra kills on him, and we pushed even farther, and we won some team fights, and here we are. We're actually still tied on gold. And look at this fight. We're gonna slow this one down for sure. This is a banger. We get picked, but doesn't matter. We hit the stun on 2 people. We're gonna Q one of them. Not even sure how I'm getting these shields. We'll Q the other. We're still alive. We see Ashe now in sight. We saved our ultimate for that situation. They actually do drop me down here, which I was surprised about. But we have the Guardian. Guardian Angel's gonna bring us back. And we just dropped Ashe. That ultimate was perfectly placed so that she had nowhere to go. She had no escape. And we're going to come back to life. Just in time to, jump on this other guy who's another easy target here. We do get taunted. Amazing taunt. And that scared the hell out of me. But we're going to finish off the Xerath. And with 20 HP left, we're going to we're gonna get Gore W. I don't know. I threw my Gore in somewhere a really good time. So we're still alive. We're gonna stun and Q, and we're just gonna stay alive. This is the strength of the Gore Drinker Styrax build. Using your W for a long time. Laughing at their damage, and then their cooldowns are down. Hit them with the stun, hit them with everything. Start going ham. That's where Aurelia shines. Get onto the back line. use the gore drinker. You know, you have multiple opportunities to just be an unkillable, you know, diving machine. You're there to take out the squishies, right? That's what Irelia does, primarily. Jumps onto the back line very easily with the ult flash buffers, and then she can stun, you know, everybody. She just life steals a lot, and she stays alive. She does much damage. It's really quite simple how this champ works. It's just about using the W correctly at the right times to either stop CC or stop burst damage. Hitting the stun on multiple people and just doing good ults. It's really not, it's not too bad. It's not too difficult. Once you guys get the hang of it, you're going to be, you know, plowing through these games with Irelia as well. So we've got them all down, and we aced them with that amazing team fight that we have, that was made available with the itemization that we had, and that's where we win the game. So again, thank you guys for tuning into the video. I hope you guys learned a little bit something on what you need to do to hard carry a game, and I'll check you guys next time. Have a good one.